Okay, today is still May 20th, 24. Okay. I'm sorry. I told you yesterday I met somebody for applied ice cream. I thought, well, there was somebody riffraff around me. I wanted them to know how stupid their plan is. So I start going over everything. I thought the guy would scare and leave. Like the other one did I met for coffee. Act like he's a big tough guy. Oh, I've done a couple tours in Iraq. You start talking about human traffickers. He excused himself and left. The baristas, the people that make the coffee, started laughing. They said, one day you'll find the right person that'll help your heart heal after what those people did, or at least help you through it and be there for you. They'll love you for you. You'll find the right person. And I said, well, I didn't even get to the gory part of what they did. I said he probably would have peed himself. Act like a big tough guy. And I start talking about the human traffickers, the different drug cartels they were messed up in. And he excused himself and left. And I started chuckling. Oh, I've done a couple of tours in Iraq. Nothing can scare me. You start talking about human traffickers, he pulls it like a little girl. I started giggling. Big tough guy, huh? Talk about human traffickers and you bolt. I go up to get my coffee refilled, and they said, I think I scared him. They said that wasn't a date. I said, it's the first time meeting. Started telling how my ex-husband was part of, it messed up in the drug cartel, the human traffickers. And I said, and the different people involved, I said he bolted. They both started laughing. I said, I didn't get to the gory part. He would have peed himself. They were busting out laughing at him because he acts like a big tough guy. And that's when they said, you'll find the right person. I'll help your heart heal after what those people did to you. Okay? At least be there for you. Okay? And I'll love you for you. And she said, she lives in an apartment building in Wadsworth. They were up there. They had broken this guy's apartment. And here they had killed him and then dismembered him. 7 of them got arrested. And I told them how they dismembered my coworker Lori's family member and took him to release his niece. She said it sounds like the same people. Well, yesterday there was riffraff around me, and I start going through the laws and how fast, they should have been arrested and how stupid their plan is. He said, they say when you watch people and they talk, they look up, they're telling the truth. But if they look off to the side or something, they're lying. I said, that's not true. I said, why do videos of myself? I don't like looking at myself. And so I'll look away because it's creepy, for one thing. But sometimes it's like, it's hard to explain. Trying to state out the horror you live through, sometimes you have to look away. And sometimes it's reliving all that in your head of what you lived through. And it's just looking away. That's all it is. And he said, I never thought of that. I said, it doesn't matter which way their eyes are going. It's about somebody reliving a memory. And they can't take it at that moment. He didn't even scare. The guy was really boring. He didn't even scare. I'm like, what on earth? I have friends that don't scare, and how crazy all these people are. It's ridiculous they haven't been arrested. I thought I seen the truck last night too, where that guy said he was in it with Dave, stole my money. December 14, 23. They said that's Asian John, the one the church made a fool of. June 7th, 23, Lighthouse Tabernacle made fun of him, how they made a fool out of him. The one that returned my phone call that was seen at Apostolic Church of Barberton, that told on me before I called him back. He said, he better be saying he did all this to get the drug dealers. Regardless, he's dirty as hell. On a recorded line, he admitted he met with the Vegas and church people several times for him listed to informant. Acts like a crazy occult person. And like he's going along with them. See, he would have known no doctor of mine could ever talk to him without sign release. He would have known that guy was a fake. He would have known all the laws and the stalking laws, and he was to arrest Dave. Not somebody told on me the night before. You liar. I tell him about the guy that threatened to knife me at Giant Eagle. Was there a camera by the bench? I don't know. I said, well, you tried to kidnap me before. Oh, come on. I've already met with that family in my office that lost their kid in a traffic accident. I had nothing to do with it. In 03, I told you I'd went through all those surgeries, my muscles locked up, went to a bunch of crackpots. I swelled from my feet to my brain, had many heart attacks. They made my heart enlarge, the valves enlarge. I had to be on calcium blockers, nitro pills, and it was getting my heart off rhythm. Thyroid, adrenal gland shut down, and my brain was swelling, and they were lying so bad they said I had brain tumors. And I took another doctor to tell on them that they were known for lying, falsely diagnosing people, ripping off their insurance, making people sick, so they had to come back and wanting to do unnecessary procedures. They were all known for that, and sharing with each other's associates and friends, ripping people's insurances off. Known for this, turn them over the state so they pull their license. And, get an attorney and sue him. They almost killed me. And Dr. Eli agreed. Okay? And over 9 months, I slowly got well. It was a medicine making me sick. It was documented medical malpractice and documented medication errors. Okay? 2002, proven in 2003. Alright? And in the middle, where I had went through 2.5 years of surgeries and then the 1.5 years of medical malpractice. Okay. And then 9 months of getting well. It's like a 4-year span. In the middle of me getting well, rich family, her father had her son out, and there was a church baseball game that they were all running late, and a bunch of other people. And showing off, he blew through a stop sign into someone, killed him and their son. I had nothing to do with it. I was almost well in April. That happened May 3rd, 2003. And July, I finished getting well. And then in November 2003, that minister's son, Tim, is married to my sister, Linda. And she had caught him out with Katie, and she started following him. She got caught. And they thought it was me. And that minister made up that shitty lie. Just to discredit me and get rid of me. It's a baby lie. Had nothing to do with her father killing her kid. Okay? Like they said, they made up a reason to kill me. Okay. So I tell him that someone told me, you liar. And then I tell him about the guy that threatened to knife me. Was there a camera of the bench? I don't know. He's like, I said, well, you tried to kidnap me before. You liar. Terry Coberly's seen him. Let me tape her with her permission. The sheriffs were taping at the same time, got the description of the man, the description of the guy. Under legal police surveillance. Okay? I tell him, I said, well, he did try to kidnap me before, you liar. I'll tell you what, even if a church person seen him, they would never verify him. I've already met with that family in their office. It's making up shit to kill people. Those people, right? Waited 15 years to kill me? Come on now. On a baby lie? Had nothing to do with their tragedy? Think about it. Somebody that just goes to a church and a minister makes up a lie on them, has nothing to do with them, and they want to kill me because 6 months later somebody makes up a baby lie on me? Come on now, you're not that stupid. And I met with that family in my office that lost their kid in a traffic accident. And all those church people, and I know they're trying to kill you because you're faking you're sick and faking you got well. Well, that family was grieving. It's like, I really was sick. It's documented medical malpractice and documented medication errors. Okay? Since 2002, I'm proven in 2003. Bastards almost killed me, and it took another doctor to tell them. So, it's like I really was sick before. You liar. Was there a camera above the bench or not? I don't know. You either say you're lying or I'll put you in jail. I'm like, what? And he screams it again. I'll arrest you. You hear me? And I'll say it. It's like, fine, whatever. Now, I want you to say you were faking you were sick before. It's like, I really was sick. I got scars all over me. I got MRI reports showing the swelling. False diagnosis of brain tumors. My God, they want to take my pituitary gland out of my brain. Thank God the doctor told on them they were the ones causing the brain swelling. And doing it on purpose to rip off my insurance, to do unnecessary procedures. Like they said, you have the golden ticket insurance company. It pays for almost everything. And they're using it as a checking account they can just drain. And they're known for falsely diagnosing people, lying, making people sick, writing out the wrong prescriptions, and getting kickbacks from the drug companies, and now wanting to do unnecessary procedures. You're not the first one they've done this to. Turn them over to the state so they pull their license and get an attorney to sue them. Encourage me for 2 years. Okay? So, I said I really was sick. Now, I've met with that family in my office making up shit to kill people. Has nothing to do with them. Those people, right? And I've met with all those church people. And I know they're trying to kill you because you are faking you are sick. And thinking you got well with that, what family was grieving. You need to realize what you've done. I didn't do anything. It was a shitty baby lie. To cover up his son's adultery, get rid of me real quick. It takes some moron to believe it. He's like, and I don't blame him for trying to kill you. I'm like, what? He's like, you either say it or I'll leave you. They'll kill me, so. They've tried to kill me, so say it or I'll leave you there. And I start begging for my life. Say it or I'll leave you there. It's like, fine, just don't let him kill me. What did he just say? He talked to everyone. It was verified by the police. It was an FBI agent John at that church. Telling on me from where I called the hotline. They drugged me up so bad. And they drugged me up so bad that I couldn't get out of bed for 3 days. The third day, I'm sitting on the porch, making myself get enough air and move. I called that guy back, thought of Sarah, called Sarah, asked her to witness for me. I had already gave her information to the hotline. Go out and buy a car where that agent had left it a voicemail. Put his number in it, go up to Apostolic Church of Barberton, and he's up there telling on me. Dave told Danny he talked to him at that church. He told over 300 people that night at that church before he talked to me. And it was verified by the police. It was him telling on me. Okay? Everybody knew before he talked to me. Alright? And he's like, you either say it or I'll leave you there. It's like, fine, just don't let him kill me. Ha ha ha. What do you just confess? Everybody knew. I called the hotline. He's like, why would the FBI help a person like you? They're going to try to kill me. So, they try to kill me. So, it's a sworn duty. Aiding and abetting attempted murder. He said, and this is a recorded line. And police have admitted they heard him say all those things to me in uniform. They need to arrest him. And do their sworn duty and arrest him. Okay? He said, why would they help you? And then the other agent yells out the scam of Pete, where March 20th, 24, they made up Pete. They made up everything on her to get away with this. They're laughing in Walmart 62. They've been laughing at these people for years for falling for their drug scam. And the only Pete I know is my brother Medina. And I'm like, what are you, is Pete's tape a weird, blah, blah. It's a shower scene I'm washing in the other room, Photoshop. Like one officer said, we always knew it was a shower scene, that they photoshopped it. Another guy's like, well, it's not funny where they said they drugged her and told her to say it. You can tell she was drugged. Okay? And I told him, I said, I don't know what you're talking about. Apparently he didn't either. He said something else about Pete. Now, I've never met him. And it's supposed to be Alex, the guy that bashed my head in, that followed around me, Savannah's Facebook friend, and a beard and wig. It's that guy. Okay? It's a big scam. And I said, I don't know what you're talking about. It's one of my black and blue marks, where they had drugged me up and told me to say something stupid. And I said, what are you talking about? Well, I bet you're going to say you don't know about this doctor sharing your information. Well, the second year of my marriage, we had a lady start using my insurance, reported insurance fraud several times. And eventually I found out she had 2 little girls and all this other stuff. Back then you didn't have to show ID. You could call your insurance in later. It was probably one of Dave's girlfriends I didn't know about. The company even went, my brother worked in the union at my dad's factory, and they were looking into trying to catch Dave with insurance fraud. We got stuck with the copays. She stayed in the hospital. She's seen all kinds of doctors, He tried to say she stole it. I thought maybe it's one of her bills. And here, December 30th, 23, Altman Hospital denounced him. My God, nobody's ever talked to these people. They had somebody impersonate a doctor from Altman Hospital selling people's information. The hospital could get sued. I'd own them. State would go Nazi on them. HIPAA violations. None of your doctors without signed release can talk to anybody. They lose their license. Okay? And no one will ever back those doctors from before. My God, they were all lying and getting kickbacks from the drug companies, making her sick, and it was medication making her sick. They were lying so bad. They said she had brain tumors and there was nothing wrong with her, and they were the ones making her sick, ripping off her insurance. No one's going to ever back that. 2 of the cops walked by. All those doctors were lying before. Said yes. The medicine making her sick. None of this is funny. So I'm telling this guy I don't know what he's talking about. And he's laughing. Stop, she don't know. Give me a real reason. Well, I tell him about my brother-in-law, Craig, that worked for the government. Described him, told him when he died. He said, okay, first of all, have you talked to any law enforcement up here about the rest on your life? I said, well, the only 2 officers I've ever talked to were silly. I call them stupid. They said, I had a light in the security system on August 8th of 18. They came out about midnight. I did a 911 call, and they told me it looked like an alien orb or an angry spirit. And I thought they were dehydrated because it was hot. I offered them water. He started laughing. You're kidding, right? I said, no. Who talks like that? And I said, then they told me out in the country they buy big dogs, open the door, and let the dogs handle it. Somebody comes on your property at night. You're kidding, right? I said, no. They didn't want bothered. I said, matter of fact, I've not even had my neighbors in my home. I've only had repair guys, installation guys, and family. I don't know what you're talking about. And he went from laughing to choking on his laughter. Is that what's going on? Then he offers to take and leave me somewhere with no money. I didn't have money to start. Then he offers me the informant program of $5,000 a month for you'll have a life of peace as an informant. Nothing legally stated, dated against you again for working this case. Okay? And only for you and only for you would we ever do this for. We'll always put it back as if it never happened. And you can't be legally charged for anything again for working this case. You don't have that money to live on when you move out. Admit to no wrongdoing, and I'll take care of everything in the end. But if you try to tell someone unless you're crazy, no one will help you. 14th Amendment. You cannot withhold protection. Cannot seize somebody's money or assets but due process of the law. First Amendment. It takes a judge to put a gag order on you. In a jury trial only. Fourth Amendment. No one can be in your home but protected like cases with statements. It's the right of the people. You also have the right to remain quiet and the right to an attorney. We live in the United States of America. Okay. Now, I am tired. I talked to a criminal attorney at the Stark County Prosecutor's Office. Please sell this area. That agent doesn't have enough authority to ask you to stay quiet. He is a higher police officer. You can tell whoever you want, and they can't open their mouth to you. He's only bullying you. Well, I already confessed on a recorded line that he told on me. He said it don't matter. You can tell whoever you want. He was only bullying you. It does take a judge and a jury trial to put a gag order on you. He's just a police officer, a higher one, but that's it. And he can't withhold your money either. And he can't bully you into false statements. And the police know they can't go along with any of that. Tampering with witnesses, evidence, obstructing justice, then embezzlement over $335,000 from an informant case. You get the money for working the case in a case only. Criminal attorney, prosecutor's office, and police departments out this area. He was bullying you so they get away with this, and that's it. He's just bullying. He's bullshitting, like that guy said on Friday. He's trying to pull a fast one. And where Sheriff David Mike DeWine's cousin, he even said that too. Sheriff Joe in Florida. What's wrong with your local police? They haven't arrested him yet. For the way he talked to you and not giving you your money, you get it for working the case and only for working the case. And he can't withhold it, and he can't ask you to stay quiet, and they know that. And he can't bully you into false statements. So he's going to say he's aiding and abetting murder? Acting like a crazy occult person? Huh? Then stealing from victims? And the government? Think about it. Like the prosecutor's office said, no sitting judge would sign his own arrest warrant of taking somebody's freedom of speech away outside a jury trial. They're the only ones that can put a gag order on you due to the freedom of speech. And it's like, well, you already told on me and confessed on a recorded line. It don't matter. It's a law. The only thing you can do is put money immunity. I looked it up on Google. Money immunity, living and housing expenses, and a medical card. That's it. It's for working the case. And like they said, if he stole your money, if they go back through his cases, he stole others. He's too arrogant and proud. I'm going to upload this.